It's Monday night. It's 9:30, and lend me your ears because it's now. That's what I call a live stream. Welcome one, welcome all. If you can hear and see me, okay, let us know on that side chat or give us one of these. Also, please don't stand up and leave and walk out on me just because Sideshow Stu's back. I fucked it up again. Welcome back.
You've mucked that up, haven't you?
Yeah. Anyway.
Your intros. It took me. How many are we in now? We're on live stream 23. It took me until about
21.
Okay, it took me until about I'm going to say 16 before I even realised that you were doing some kind of clever intro, and then and they're really not got any better, have they?
All right.
I'm gonna. Do you want me to give you a mark for it?
Go on. You give us a mark out of 10.
For that one, I'm going to give you a mark of 3 because you had enthusiasm. I think you've carefully chosen a song and selected it, but then it went downhill from there. So your 3 is basically for your enthusiasm, and then that's it. That's all we get.
So, how did you interview go? That's what everyone's. Did the charges stick?
No, they didn't. Don't talk about charges. Wait. Don't talk about charges. Right, you're not allowed to talk about anything to do with Line of Duty because I haven't seen any of this series yet. I've been saving them up to watch them all in one go, and I've been I almost have like a scanner in my eyes that I can detect it on social media. So I've not seen anything to do with this season. So don't ruin it.
Okie dokie. As well as Stu joined us, we were joined once again by our stalwarts, Colin and Whitty. Stu, do you want to say hello to the people who's in the chat whilst I just
hello to the people in the chat?
I know. Go through and say hello.
Right. Well, most of them are watching the snooker. I don't think they're actually listening to us.
Don't say, "Oh Christ."
Yeah, I think most of them are just watching the snooker. Here we go. We've got Sharon's there. Blissful's in. Of course, Blissful's in.
Blissful
Laura
was first in, and actually, Blissful I think he said something about the snooker.
Yeah, so
I'm glad you could make it instead of watching the snooker. Yes.
Yeah, so Blissful's got sent, and then Laura is in. Welsh Wander's in. Who else is in? Bad Wilson's in, and Susan, I can see why you didn't want to do this week's. Now you've chosen disc 2 for this one, which I think was the wise choice to make. Welsh Wander is in.
Thomas Madden. Have you said Thomas? Hello?
No, I didn't say it. Oh, yeah, there's Thomas. So it shows up in like a light colour for me on that one, so I didn't see it.
All right.
But it's nice to see everybody again.
Yeah, to see you nice. Good
Nice
guy.
Nice to see you nice.
Yes, so this week we're going back to July 1988. It's your first time in 88, Stu, so how old would you have been in July 88?
8.
8-year-old. Last week, our 2 guests were minors figures. I felt so old, Stu.
I was lucky. I was lucky to make July 1988, to be honest. There was 1988 year Wimbledon won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And I was at Plough Lane's doorway, like into the club when the players all arrived back. And I was on top of a policeman's shoulders as the team arrived back in, and Vinnie Jones tried to push me off the policeman's shoulders. I'm sure it was on like It was on like ITV News or something. You just see like on the side of the screen him trying to shove me off the shoulders. Vinnie Jones tried to kill me when I was 8.
He's done a lot worse in his time, Stu. He's done a lot worse.
What, and try and murder a child?
Wow, it was you.
All right, there.
People are trying to throw Line of Duty spoilers in.
I'm not looking at the side because I knew as soon as I said it that they'd do it. So I'm literally looking at people's names and that's it.
H is Prince William. And the boat sank as well. That's another one.
Is anyone put in there like anything truthful? And then I can look at it again. Okay, right. I can look back at it.
You can look back. Right. Hiya, Nick. Nick's just joined us. I don't know if you want to tell Nick. No Line of Duty spoilers.
I'll explain to people because maybe they'll take sympathy on me. So my partner had a stroke a few years ago, like 10 years ago. It means that her short-term memory is really bad. So like Netflix has been the greatest thing for her because she can binge watch a series. But with Line of Duty, she wouldn't remember like all the details from one episode to the next week. So like we've been saving them up to watch them all in one go. That's why I'm doing. I'm not mental like she is. So.
Dude, you can't say that about your wife. Jen, I'll apologise for Stu.
She's also a bit Geordie, so twice the brain problems.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move along to song 1. With Wet, 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 with a little help from my friends.
Oh.
Do you remember this song back in the time? Because I do.
What, by Wet, Wet, Wet?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think I do. I don't remember it by like their version of it. I obviously know the song, but I was really surprised when I saw it on this album that Wet, Wet, Wet had covered it. I don't think I've ever heard them do it before.
Have you not? Oh, right. Wait, it reminds me because obviously it was part of the Childline campaign. This whole because it was Billy Bragg, She's Leaving Home, and Wet, Wet, Wet. It was part of Childline. Why are you laughing at Childline, Stu?
Just that you remember.
Stu, 0800 1111. It's engraved up there, mate. It's engraved.
Again, I think it's probably changed numbers by now. You're giving out misinformation. I'm going to go.
Well, there's going to be a slide on later on. But my wife, for her, she's like you, where she doesn't remember the Wet, Wet one so much, and this song for her reminds her of like the Wonder Years.
All right,
with Fred Savage.
Yeah. Right. Right. Can I give you the proper number now for just in case you've got anyone listening that needs to.
Yeah. If we've got any children who are in danger, Stu's going to give you the proper number.
What was the old number?
0800 1111.
Really easy to remember. This one, not quite so. 0870 336 2940. Because they made that any more difficult to remember.
0796.
Nah. 0870 336 2940. That's mental.
I was just thinking when I was like, has he just given up my mobile number?
Oh no! Do you know what? Or you can call 0800 1111 for free.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there's 2 numbers for it. Did Esther Ranson used to do Childline?
Yeah, because I'm positive when they released this single, it was done either on That's Life or some. It would have been the one show now, but I'm positive it was That's Life, where it was like sort of this probably video actually premiered on That's Life.
Do you know what? I remember That's Life, but like I can never remember anything that was on it.
What? Sausages. The dog with sausages.
Oh, who was the dog?
I don't know. It was just a random dog.
I'm remembering something now you're saying
it. Nick just says, is this episode a charity telethon? We should have set up a hotline and getting people to donate money and just
was it Spit the Dog?
No, Spit the Dog was Bob Carroll-G's. There was it was just a random dog. It was a proper dog where you used to go like speak and it go sausages.
Yeah.
Sausages. And then there was Rude Vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so yeah. But yes, this song reached number 1 in the UK and was the 9th best-selling song of 1988.
Yeah.
So, do you know?
Didn't do that much for charity then.
No. But number 1 best-selling song in 1988. What would your guess be, Stu?
1988.
Yeah.
Is it on this album?
No.
Oh, okay, that's me out. I got no idea. Was it on the last one? Because I didn't listen to
that.
No. No idea.
It was Mistletoe and Wine.
Shut up.
By Cliff Richard.
Oh, I like that song.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, there was Telethon 88. It was on ITV.
Yeah.
I can remember that. Telethon 88, yes. Yeah.
Do you not reckon that if you get a song and it makes it as a charity, it's going to be an official charity single, you're gutted if that doesn't make it at number 1, eh? That's like a cheat code into number 1.
Get the number 1 though.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you said it was number 9.
No, it was the 9th best-selling song of 1988. Oh, right, yeah, okay. It was number 1. And this is also the year that Wet 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 but won Best Breakthrough Act at the Brit Awards.
What?
But this song, yeah,
1988. They were just breaking through.
Yeah, Best Break. Well, it would have probably been for 1987, but 1988 is Best Breakthrough Act.
I always think of them as like an 80s group. Like, I know this is the 80s, but like earlier in the 80s. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, see, for me, it is.
I thought
like
they were just like
80s.
a bad hangover in the 90s.
No, they were Julius says and all that.
All right.
So, Mistletoe and Wine, but Laney's on Kazoo is far better. Oh, wait, there you go. So, maybe she should release, we need to get Laney to Christmas #1 this year with our Mistletoe and Wine on the Kazoo. But yeah, this was released as a double A side with Billy Bragg, where She's Leaving Home, and both songs are from Sgt. Pepper's
Lonely Hearts Club, yeah,
from that album. But this song pretty much took the lead because I've listened to Billy Bragg's She's Leaving Home, and it's very dire and boring. It's not that great. He's I don't know. He's a bit drab, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so this song, like I say, was originally recorded by the Beatles on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts, but it wasn't released until 1978 when it only got to number 63 in the charts. However, Joe Cocker did release it not long after the Beatles done Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. And it reached #1 in the UK. And then Wet 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 got to #1 with it. And then so did Sam and Mark, who were runners-up on the X Factor in 2004.
Right.
To Michelle McManus. You know that great singer, Michelle McManus?
Yeah, still around, huge.
Yeah, massive. Hello, Michelle. Michelle's just come in. Hello. But yeah, but basically, like I say, it was a campaign for Childline, and the video sort of portrays that because basically all you get is Marty Pello singing and like the band singing, but Marty Pello doing this when he sings, look, woo, it was
okay.
He did. He used to sing like people don't know. It was like the rest of his band had glued his feet to the floor, and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm just gonna carry on singing." But yeah, there was that, and then there was this girl who sort of ends up. She's like left home because I don't know something had happened at home. But yeah, but there's the telephone number again for anyone. Remember, Telethon 2021, Childline 0800 1111. So if you know Matthew, who was on a couple of weeks back with Carol, his dad, get him to phone the number. Or that kid who was getting spanked on the lawn on
what?
Whose video? You remember that, Stu? Was it Johnny Hates Jazz?
What are you on about?
Can you not remember a couple of Stu?
You're watching internet videos of kids getting spanked on lawns.
No, it was Johnny Hates Jazz on Positive, where he went back to the old town. He was saying like these are the greatest memories, and his dad gets spanked on a kid on lawn.
Right.
Don't remember it.
No.
Okay, quickly moving along then to Belinda from Carlisle again. Do you know this one, Stu? Then
I do. I like this song.
Yeah. I think it's a good song, but it's nowhere near to Heaven Is a Place on Earth. I think it's quite far away from that. Do you think?
Yeah, no, I think I like this one better.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know why, but out of the two, I think if I think of Belinda Carlisle, this is the first song I think of. All
right. I think Lainey said that the other week as well, and because I don't think it was last week, but it was the week before. Heaven Is a Place on Earth was on the was on Now 11. Yes, Now 11. But yes, Rich has just come in. Hiya, Rich. Welcome. But yeah, this ended up reaching #4. But I've got no real memory. I like nothing really, because Heaven Is a Place on Earth. It reminds me of like, I think it's Haven Holidays, isn't it? But this and that, I've got no real memories of this.
I think I had this on like a mixtape at the time.
All right. From a girl?
Huh?
From a girl?
I was 8, Neil.
from your au pair?
No, just one of my homemade mixtapes, like from the records like that were in my mum and dad's collection type thing. I'm sure I made a mixtape with this on it.
Yeah. Nick's saying it's a good song, one of her best. Blissfuls just says, it appears on GTA 5 in the radio station Los Santos Rock Radio.
Yeah.
So you'll have probably heard on that, Stu. Did you play GTA?
A lot. I was playing it last night.
Yeah. So, all right, there you go then. But the music video for this reminds me a bit of I don't know if it's like the colour palette for this and Heaven is a Place on Earth, but it quite reminds us of them both. Not just because Belinda Carlisle's in them both, but it sort of reminds us of that. But basically, all the video is Belinda like messing around on a beach. Looks like she's going to be crucified at this point, though, because she seems to stand in front of a crucifix here. It's like, just taking a dark turn, but it doesn't. And then they show off with some graphics where it's like photos but moving imagery. But yeah, there's nothing really to say about this song. There's no like real big things about this.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit like it's like much of Belinda Carlisle. Like it's a kind of I like the songs. They're good, catchy songs. That the two that she's known for, and then that's about it. They don't really mean that much to us, or they're not like in like popular kind of culture that much. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not in anyone's top 10 list, but they're good songs.
Yeah. Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. I think that appears in more 80s compilations than like what this does, even though I think a lot of people do prefer this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably because the other one's been overplayed. And so quickly moving along, you can tell it's not a good album, but keep watching. You might
done by 10.
Yeah. So next up, we've got Maxi Priest in Wild World. Susan just said, if Circle in the Sand isn't played at my funeral, then I'm not going. But yeah, Maxi Priest, Wild World. Right, I didn't really know the song, like just from reading it, and then when I played it, I went, "Oh, I do know this." I'm positive it's a cover, and it is a cover. It's a cover by it's a cover from.
Isn't it? It's not Dylan. It's
Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens, yeah. I really like.
Yeah, Cat. But
there's
really
a part. Like this song.
Oh, sorry. You do like it, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm not. Again, I'm not sure about this version.
All right. See, I don't mind this version. I think it's quite a good version.
I don't mind it because I think the song's dead catchy, but like I just don't. I prefer the original to this one.
Yeah. Well, there's a part of the song which I was playing. I was going, "That's off another song. I know that from somewhere. So see if you can guess where this is from. Then
you're gonna put sound on it.
Oh, can you not hear?
No.
Oh, talk to the chat and amongst yourselves, please. Bear with. Let's have a look. Stop sharing. Right. Let's have a look. Share screen. Share audio. Share. Right. Let's try that again. All right. Let's go back to the beginning. Right. Take 2.
You saying which? What does that intro sound like?
What does it sound like?
Cat Stevens, Wild World.
I knew you were going to be a smart ass and say that. Yeah. apart from Cat Stevens and Jimmy Cliff, I think it was, who covered it. Yes. It reminds me a bit of "It's a Sin" by Pet Shop Boys.
I suppose a little bit.
Yeah, it's a. There you go, Blissful.
Yeah, no, I get that actually. Well, not now you've sung it, but I did before.
It sounds familiar, but I can't play it. I always like that near, and it bugged us for ages. I listened to this the other night with my wife, and I was going, "What's up?" And she was going, and she was doing like the in her head. And we were going, oh, no, it's a sin. But anyway, there was a famous plagiarism court case about it between Pet Shop Boys, but not Cat Stevens, Jonathan King.
Okay.
Nasty man.
That Jonathan King. Okay, yeah.
That Jonathan King, yeah. I think we've discussed it before, but what he'd done, right?
Do we need to discuss what he did?
not that thing. We'll leave that thing
Okay.
to one side. He's been found guilty. We don't need to go there. This one though, when It's a Sin come out, he was like, "Oh, that's plagiarising Cat Stevens at Wild World." And so what he done, he covered it himself, covered Cat Stevens' song, but doing an arrangement so it sounded like It's a Sin, and released it at the same time, and went to the papers and were like, "Oh, it's just plagiarising and everything." Took them to court and it got thrown out of court. It got thrown out of court, and eventually the Pet Shop Boys sued Jonathan King, and he settled out of court.
What, for trying to get them into trouble?
For damages, yeah.
So basically, he tried to sneakily do plagiarism, even though he knew it wasn't the case.
Well, he just tried to say like they've plagiarised this song, and then he covered Cat Stevens' song "It's a Wild World," but then done it like had an arrangement so it sounded like in the same sort of instruments and everything as It's a Sin.
A cheeky kid.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing that he's done in his life. So
it's not the worst thing he's been in court for, is it?
Yeah, no, or accused. Oh, the other cases he's lost as well. And was a good thing. But moving on, this got to number 5 in the UK, Ireland, New Zealand, and Belgium. Like I said, it's a cover of Cat Stevens.
See, the Belgians got good taste. It's not just chocolate and waffles.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick said no one messes with Blue Pet Shop Boys. Don't I know it, Nick? My video is still bloody blocked from a couple of weeks ago.
Is it? What have you done?
I played at the start of the Pet Shop Boys thing, and it wasn't even the song. It was where it's the guy, the creepy guy from their movie goes, "I'm glad you've said it twice because I'm bilingual." No, it's a bilingual. What's someone who cannot read or write? What do you call them, Stu?
Geordie.
Bilingual, someone illiterate. I'm illiterate. I'm an illiterate bilingual. I can't read in 2 languages or something. And it's that little bit what he says there is getting the video blocked.
Oh man.
So it's not even the song, it's just him saying stuff. So yeah, Nick's right, no one messes with Pet Shop Boys because it bloody blocked me. But yeah, like I said, cover Cat Stevens, which he wrote about a rough period in his relationship with Patti de Albanville, which is an actress or something, I don't really know. But that version got to number 11 in the US, but I don't think it charted in 71 when he originally released it. It charted in 2007 when it was, it was probably downloads by then. It got to number 52 in the chart, so he hasn't even had a top 40 hit. Yet, in 1971, about 6 months after he released it and it was successful in the US, Jimmy Cliff covered it as a reggae version in the UK, and that got to number 8 in the charts. So it's done quite well, but this was the most successful track. But yeah, I don't know if the chat stopped or no one's speaking, but we'll quickly move along. People have switched off in the droves. Yeah, but the music video to me seems like very 90s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know it's 1988. There's only 2 years. But
yeah, no, they were it was a bit more forward thinking.
Yeah. It's
ushering in the new era.
Yes, the text and because basically it's a cut out Maxi Priest singing to his missus, because here we go, singing to his missus. So, and there's a lot of there's his missus who seems to dribble a basketball a lot in this video, and there's a lot of world's landmarks which appear during the video, but it seems more modern. Because can you remember, is it The Real World what was on MTV?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Big Brother, but before Big Brother, that was like early night. I don't know if that was 1990 or 91, but that reminds me a bit of like how this is all put together. You know what I mean? Like the start of that reminds me of this, and I just think it's very, like you say, forward thinking. It's not like a couple of the videos we'll see later on where it's a generic band just playing on a stage, and then they try and throw some graphics over the top. This is quite well done. But yeah. But let's move on to another reggae track, which I sort of knew, but it's Aswad, Give a Little Love. I sort of knew it, but I do really like it. When I've listened to it back, I think it's a really good track.
Yeah, they're good at it because they do like kind of reggae sound, but it's a bit more than just reggae. Yeah. It's got more of a beat to it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's like so yes, it has a good uplifting message for everyone out there. But no, it is quite like an uplifting track, and like it's got like a good meaning behind it and everything. But for me, every time I hear Aswad, I just think of "Don't Turn Around."
Yeah,
and I actually love "Don't Turn Around." But yeah, this was. I think this was
"Shine Like a Star." That one. Ooh, shine like a star.
That was 90s. That's Stu.
But was that Aswad as well?
Yeah, that was Aswad. Yeah.
I remember. Do you remember when you used to get when you used to go into HMV and they had like a stand with headphones and you could listen to like particular tracks?
Oh yeah, like a listening booth type thing.
Yeah, I was in the HMV. I think it was in Newcastle on on the main street there, and my friend was in, and he had those headphones on, and it was Aswad and that ooh, and he forgot because he had the headphones on. He was singing along, and he didn't realize how loud he was. He was properly like singing loud. Like it's the funniest thing I've seen.
Bliss was just said this Aswad track's the worst on the. Oh, I don't think it's the worst on the disc.
No, I think there is another.
No. I think there's worse than this. I prefer the chart top and Don't Turn Around, but Don't Turn Around was a cover of a Tina Turner B-side.
All right, yeah.
I'll tell you what I've got on, and that's possibly why I'm not getting the chat. I've just got top chat on here.
So anyone that's not showing up isn't in the top chat.
I just don't think anyone's commented. We haven't got enough to have top and bottom, middle, and whatever chat. Susan saying she's not a fan of reggae and doesn't like this, and Nia's not a fan of this. Oh, see, I quite like this song. But yeah, it was just I think it done well because it was a follow-up to Don't Turn Around. That was a smash hit for them.
Yeah.
But it got a number 11 in the charts, and that's about all I've got for this track. It's not. I don't think it had much written about it, and Sharon just said it's not their best track. But it's a long way from the worst track. Yeah, I don't think it's a worst track. I'd say I do quite like this song. I don't think it's that bad. I do quite like it. It does have a. Don't know it. No. Not my thing. Yeah, I don't think many people like this track.
If you scramble the letters up, you get Wadas. That's probably the most interesting thing about it, which is it's like a deep fried ball like an Indian deep fried ball. Have you ever had those before? Wadas.
No.
Or Vodas.
It's hungry now, sir.
Yeah, that's about the most interesting thing.
Is it just me or all the links missing for the? Yes, Nick. I'm forgetting. It was only today. I've been very busy this week, and I'd forgotten until today when Stu goes, Neil, have you set up the live stream link for the live? And I was like, oh shit, no. So I'd forgotten all about it. So no, Nick, I'm sorry. Yes, so there's no links. Hello, though, Lainey. Welcome along. It's okay, but so much preferred Shine. And Don't Turn Around. There you go. She's just said, have you been listening and just lurking and you just repeat what we're saying now, Lainey? But Sharon's reiterated what you and Sharon agreeing, there's a lot of contenders for worst track. But the music video is basically just Aswad walking around, and I think it's the south of France. Just singing, either walking around or they're in a car at one point. But people will be pleased to know I haven't done any lookalikes this week, even though I have just spotted one.
Could be risky.
Yeah. So I'm not going to... I just thought the person driving...
You might come across as racist if you do look
No, the person driving looks a bit like Jay-Z.
Right.
No?
No. That came across exactly how I thought. Do you know what?
Wait, I'm moving.
By the way, where the name comes from?
The letters of the band? I don't know.
Nah, Aswad means black African. It's an Arabic word.
Oh, right, there you go.
Also, interestingly, Aswad is also a form of torture that's been developed in Syria. So, you either like the band or you don't. Nick's
just said, oh, sorry, Nick. I will have more lookalikes for next week. just because I know Susan, who is our guest next week, Bad Wolf, she will love them. I know she loves them, and she usually gets them right. That's okay. I'm used to being called anything just blissful. Sorry, I'm reading conversations now. Right. Next up, we have Climie Fisher, and Stu missed it last week when we were saying Climie Fisher is like a sweaty fisherman.
Yeah, I hate the song.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. When I put this song on, all I wanted to do was
Stu. I'm going to stop you.
Uh-oh. Who have I upset?
No. So, have a look at what Lainey's wrote and give her an update of what she's not allowed to do.
Yeah, don't talk about Line of Duty.
I hope it's Line of Duty.
Any of the series.
She might have been watching Legion of Doom. We don't know the wrestlers. She might have been watching.
Fair enough.
So, if it is Line of Duty you're watching, just there. See, Blissful's the
best one.
Oh, I do like this. Love Changes Everything. It's an 80s classic. I do like the song.
Maybe I'm thinking the wrong one.
Love changes everything. Love makes.
No, see, I was thinking love changes everything. All things mighty. No. All things. That would have been better. I don't like the one you're singing.
All right, okie dokie. I don't think Alexa likes it. No, like your Alexa.
In the house.
Thing. Yeah. Sorry for anyone who has an Alexa and I'm possibly setting off their Alexa. I will apologise. But if it makes you feel better, Siri, Hey Google, and Bigsby, you've all been set off now. So there you go. But yeah, when I ask my Alexa to play this, the way she says it, it's like, I'll let you. Alexa, play Love Changes Everything by Climie Fisher.
Love Changes Everything by Climie Fisher on Amazon Music.
Have you seen how big that pause is between Love Changes and it's like everything? She's been affected by Love Changes Everything. I was Jeff Bezos' favourite. Now he just brings out younger models and
it's also as if Alexa's trying to decide whether you're an idiot for choosing the song. It's like, are you sure?
Everything?
Yeah. Welsh Wanderers just pointed out that was Michael Ball's version that I was singing.
yeah, it is the
Michael Ball
version. Like this is a good song, but there are a couple of... Yeah, Nick, we seen that on the last video, and I will dive into their videos again because I do think that... I don't know. I'm not keen on them. I do like this, though. But yeah, this reached number 2 and was the 34th best-selling song of 1988. So it was loved back then.
I'm going to have to listen to it, see if I got the right one.
It's dreary and boring. I want to know why the singer spends the whole video ringing out. Well, I've got a theory of that, Susan, about ringing out washing. I don't think he's ringing out washing. I think he's a crazy psycho killer. But yeah, it was so this was first released in 1987, but only got to 67 in the charts. But because they've done so well with the last song, I think they released it, and this done even better. Got number 2.
Did even better, like even better than 60 something.
No, not the 60 song. Their last song, which was the one where the kid was getting spanked. That's why you don't know about the kid getting spanked on the thing, because you weren't here last week.
I don't want to know about kids getting spanked on.
Yeah, I think it was the week before actually. But this song again, Susan hates this song, and I think you should just, for any song which Susan doesn't like, is possibly win an Ivan Novello Award, because the same as Nick Berry won one, this one won in 1988. And Climie wrote the song thinking that Rod Stewart was singing, but he turned him down. So
it's a bit presumptuous, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an okay. See, Sharon says an okay car singing song. They were one-hit wonder in the US. So there you go. I do really like this song. However, the guy makes me want to punch a wall. It does have that effect. when you watch the video, which we'll quickly look at now. So
I like the way that they've named their band, though. That it's like the first, the names from each of them, the surnames from each person. Simon Climie and then Rob Fisher.
All right, Climie Fisher.
Could we call ourselves Mackenzie Weatherall?
You're just telling everyone our secrets, Stu. We're going to get stalked now. Ivan Novello awards have been discredited by the Nick Berry. No, Nick Berry's song is awesome, and Stu agrees, don't you, Stu?
Yeah, I love Nick Berry.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yes, let's quickly dive into this. So this is a little montage of the video of cut down. So basically, it starts off with two blokes half naked.
Of course, it does.
Yeah, and I just think that is disgusting. That is just degrading to men, first off. So there's first thing wrong with the video. Quickly moving along. So the band pretends to be on a train going along like a stowaways. Not much of a gentleman. There's a lass hanging on for dear life on the side. He's just like strumming it. Don't worry, love. I'll have a hit in no time here. And she's just like, she looks like she's holding on for dear life. And he's just like, 2 minutes. I'm just finished writing this song. So we move on for them. And this kid just seems to appear all the time. There's a kid on the drums with a Nick doesn't like Nick Berry. Nick. It's the battle of the Nicks. That's what we need. Russell Brooks says Climie Fisher went on to produce Eric Clapton. Oh, there you go. It was probably because he was that annoying. That's what people didn't like about him. He's probably a good songwriter and producer. But welcome along, Russell. Welcome along. But again, you missed the last one, so you won't get this. But he has probably hypnotized this model here because she looks dead behind the eyes. So pretty much like the last video. So he's some sort of hypnotist as well. Okay. But here he goes. Susan thinks he's wringing out a vet, like a washing. I think, though, he's a psycho killer and he's threatening someone and he's going to choke them to death. Yeah. If you watch him here, I'm going to choke you.
Either way, it makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense. And then his blind mate's back, like in the last video. We go on, there again, still threatening people. I'm going to choke you to death. He doesn't just hypnotize women. There's also a man being hypnotized there. Mm-hmm. Like the last video, he loves his dancing women, so they've got to be in the video again. He's, watch out. He's going to choke, but actually,
watch out.
Just say watch out to a blind person. Oh, probably not the best phrase of words there. But it looks like you're going to choke him here. Then 0800 1111 kid. 0800 1111. The nick. And then we have someone from the Paul Young School of Dance here.
Right. Well, it's difficult to dance on a train.
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
You'd be worried you fall out backwards as well, wouldn't you?
Well, it's not just that. I just don't think it's been choreographed myself.
It's got a bit of a George Michael look going on there.
Oh, Sharon's just said a Neil Buchanan lookalike.
Yeah, if Neil Buchanan had a love child with George Michael.
Which one?
This one here. Which George Michael? The dead one.
Which one? The guy dancing on the train?
Yeah.
Him there?
Yeah, he's got a bit of a George Michael, like... Look.
This one here? Dancing?
Yeah. If you can have shit lookalikes, I can have them.
Bloody hell, that's a real push. Is that who you're talking about, Sharon?
Just like a little bit of face there. Maybe his chin.
Oh, I've just had a notification come through to say I'm live. So please go over to the channel and watch us live over there, please. I've already been on the 42 minutes. No, the two guys sat down. Oh, hold on then. So it's one of the ones who's trying to kidnap that kid. Neil Buchanan.
Yeah, I've changed my mind about the guy on the train dancing.
Yeah.
There was a split second there that he looked like him.
No, the two guys who sat down. I don't get that Neil Buchanan lookalike.
That kid's going to turn to a life of crime, isn't he?
Well, I just think he's in danger and we need to phone someone.
Or he's going to be on the next Finding Neverland documentary or something. That's what he's saying. Hey, kid, if you follow me, in 15 years' time, you'll be on a Finding Neverland documentary.
Sharon's seeing further back on here. Right. So, we've got the naked people. That's not Neil Buchanan.
There's a lot of people on there.
Yeah.
Those two jumping up, they were jumping up at stage 1 of a rocket there, weren't they?
Stage 1 of a rocket, them?
I don't know who she's on about.
On a trampoline.
That one there? Is that the picture?
Oh, is that there? That's a woman.
Oh, I don't know.
I think she means Climie or Fisher. Yeah, let's move along. Your lookalikes are good as mine, Sharon. So let's move along to Elton John with a... Now... Don't really know this track, and it sounds a bit...
You sound like an articulated lorry there. Me. Go on.
Right, it's 2:40. Oh, Sharon, I haven't got the full thing. I'm just moving along. I will check later on, Sharon, and I will include it.
Just say she's right. It's easier if you just say Sharon's right.
You're right, Sharon. You're right. It's as good as my lookalikes. There you go. So moving along, Elton John. I didn't know this track, and it's not one of. It does sound like an Elton track, but it's a bit for me.
I don't remember this song either. Like, and every so often I have like a spate where I think, oh, I'll download a Best of Elton John playlist on Spotify, and I don't remember this ever being on them.
Yeah, I don't think it is. He did used to always play at these concerts in the 90s though, and he retired in 2000. So.
Probably one of those ones that you know if you like Elton John.
Yeah. Susan says, I will get to remember this. Tripe. Hiya, Sean. Welcome.
Thanks for your usual positivity there, Susan.
We're looking forward to next week with all this. Oh, I love this track. I love this track. I love this track.
What's the suit he wears in this?
Oh,
is it one of his boating outfits?
It's not a boat outfit. It's a bit ill-fitting, to be honest. It did reach number 2. I will get onto the video in a second because I've got a few things about the video. It reached number 2 in the US and Canada. It only reached number 30 in the UK. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised it reached that high in the US. It's probably just off the back of his name. But the song describes someone ending a relationship because they don't feel important.
You know about that, don't you?
Yeah. Yes. Moving along. With all that money, you'd think you'd get a better fitting suit. Yes, because this suit is a bit ill-fitting because the music video it is quite a decent how they film the video because it just seems to pan right all the time and every so often it goes to a wall and changes rooms. But like at the start of Saturday Night Takeaway, how that used to start.
Yeah.
So it starts off with Elton swaggering into a bar.
Yeah.
In his ill-fitting suit.
Thinks he's a criminal, doesn't he?
Yeah. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Elton John trying to swagger just doesn't work, does it?
Yeah. That gets up and walks out. Anyway, then the camera, like I say, pans.
Fucking hell, it's Elton John again.
Oh, it's Elton John. Gets up and walks out. Then basically, the video is just she goes and you see her starting a new relationship with this fella. Oh,
I had a looky like there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Hang on, let me check. Let me check with my internet sources if I'm thinking of the right person.
Is it the man or woman?
A woman at the end of the bar when they first walk in. Might be a young version. A young version, mind.
What? In the black?
No, yeah. See the girl on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah, a young Goldie Hawn.
What?
No, I'm wrong, aren't I? No,
is everyone wearing my glasses this week? Lookalikes brought to you by Specsavers. But yeah, this girl, you see her, and it looks like she's starting a new relationship. But wait, it's a different bloke on the other one. She's a bit of a dirty slag. Yeah. So she is having a relationship, with more than one man, and see it pans over to Elton and then goes into a different room.
Whoa. Why does that make her a slag?
Well, she's playing the field, right?
Let's say you defend this one, Neil. Go on.
Moving along, and you see her here, so she's going between the two men who see it's okay if they know about each other in an relationship. Goldie Hawn wasn't that young even then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so you're seeing she's going through this, and she's got different fellas all the time.
Annie Lennox.
Well, there was a part of this video where I did think, "Oh, you've caught my disease." Nearly see it. Or Cyndi Lauper. Someone say, I can see Cyndi Lauper more, Sean. Hiya, Aid. Welcome along. So, yeah. I forgot where I was now.
Have you just paused that screen? Is he perving behind the corner?
Yeah, Elton's like, oh, I can hear them. Oh. Yeah, he might be. He's got one of them. That's why he's possibly got the ill-fitting jacket on, because he's got holes in his pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's long flash remark. Hiya, Laura, as well. I don't know if I've said hello to Laura. But yeah. And then one of them finds out and gets a bit irate and kicks off. And then he fights a wall.
Fight you?
Oh, kick you. Fight a wall. He would have lost that. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's this video, and it just goes right to left. It's about this lass who's dating two guys, and then they both seem to find out and they're not happy. So yeah. Is Elton the landlord and he wants to charge double occupancy? Maybe. But yeah, the video sort of matches how bad it is. And we go from one song to another. Oh, Scritti Politti with Oh Patti.
Oh, I hated this one as well.
Yeah, this for me is up there with the worst songs. I'm just saying, I don't really know the song. It's really meh. But the start of it sounds a bit like a ballad by a boy band like New Kids or Bros or something, and it's not good at all. Got to number 13 in the UK, but I couldn't find much. It's that meh. I couldn't even find much on this song. Not one of Scritti Politti's best, but it's okay. It's taken from their album Provision, and it's the only song from that album to get into the top 40. All right. I didn't think it was that good. Yeah.
So you basically just stopped your research at that point?
Yeah. I was running out of time. I left it too late this week. Scritti Politti had a one hit in the US, and this was not a song. Yeah. It wasn't great. And basically,
it's a weird one to put on the album, isn't it? Because it's not like it's going to get you into them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
it's a proper filler. This one.
Yeah, but Scritti Politti, I used to think, oh, Scritti Politti, and I think it's just the name which stands out for me. But I don't.
It sounds good in a northern accent as well. Scritti Politti. It sounds happy.
Northern. I thought you said like a northern Irish accent. Oh, Scritti Politti.
Scritti Politti. So good, it'll blow your tiny mind.
Right, that's getting borderline racist too. I don't mind most of their stuff. I prefer the word girl. Oh, I can't even think of it one off the top of my head for Scritti Politti. But yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't they mind? No, yeah, that was Milli Vanilli. Yes. That was Milli Vanilli, and I think they come up on next week's show when we look at second album. I think they might be on there, or they're on Now 13, or maybe Now 14. They do feature some point, though, on our live streams. But yeah, this music video, yes. So first off, as I was going to say, basically, there's two squares which most of the times filled up by the guy singing or someone playing an instrument, and then the other stuff in there, and it matches the song basically. It's a bit meh.
Are we still on Scritti Politti?
Yeah, still on Scritti Politti. And basically, the best thing
That's
is
Phil Collins.
No, yeah, that's next. I'll cut
right,
them
okay.
too much. So the best thing what they put in there is the comp. It's like they've compared a woman taking off lingerie, like unbuttoning a basque or something, with a man undoing a Fred Perry top.
Okay.
Because obviously they're the same. You know what I mean? I can see
Contrast.
women go, "Whoa, I've seen him with a Fred Perry top on. Oh, it really gets us flowing." Their hit was Wood Bez. What? Oh, I'm getting confused now. Milli Vanilli on Now 13 with Girl You Know It's True.
Do you reckon they'll ever go on tour, Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti?
Well, no, because half of Milli Vanilli is dead.
What are they?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Great. What did they die of?
I think he killed himself.
All right.
Because Milli Vanilli, they were the ones
like
who were
half
lip
of them, as if there was like a few of them. Do you know what I mean?
No, there was no Milli Vanilli. You think the Scritti Politti? You know, Scritti Politti were a full band. Milli Vanilli were a duo of two black singers. I think they were German, but they were lip syncing. And then this is a proper spoiler for Now 13. And then I think they were miming. They got caught out because at one of the concerts the track skipped and repeated.
Yeah,
got like caught.
Oh, really?
Girl, you know it's, girl, you know it's, girl, you know it's, and it just kept on going like that.
Do you not have? Oh, that would be brilliant if you had footage of that.
I think I will be able to have footage of that when we get to that Now 13 for Milli Vanilli, not Scritti Politti.
Yeah,
it's getting very confusing, so we'll go to Phil Collinsy with In the Air Tonight. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Stu. Yeah. This song reminds me of two things. The gorilla playing drums.
Feck off.
And Phil Collins being married to Shakira.
All right, okay. I thought you were going to say me. Not married to me, but...
No. Phil Collins married to you. No. Phil Collins married to Shakira, isn't he?
Yeah. He definitely is. He wishes he was.
Yeah, I think most of us do. Rob and Raz, I think they had to give... Yeah, they won a Grammy off the back of Girl You Know It's True, and they had to give it back.
Mm-hmm.
Had to give their Grammys back. So, yeah, this is the 1988 remix version of In the Air Tonight, which I didn't even know existed. So, yeah, it was originally released in 1981 and got to number 2. Then it was remixed and re-released in 88 again and got to number 2 in the UK again. It got to number 1 in Austria, Sweden, Switzerland, and Germany. So the Germanic countries. Yeah, there you go. Rob, how do you say that? Pietus of Milli Vanilli was found dead from alcohol and prescription drug overdose in a hotel room. His death was ruled accidental. So there you go.
Do you want some facts about Phil Collins?
Come on then, Stu.
And it's not about who he's married to. So, first fact, Phil Collins has written a book. So, he used to be an expert on the Battle of Alamo in Texas. So, he's written a book about it. Of all the random things to write a book about, if you're Phil Collins, the Battle of Alamo is one of them.
Really?
Yeah, did you like that one? Let's have a look. He had more top 40 hits in the Billboard's Hot 100 during the 1980s than any other artist.
But he was massive in the States, yeah.
Aye. Another one. Okay, he's in an elite group of 3 people. Do you know what for? He's
table tennis.
He's one of 3 people that have done something. He's
performed performed a concert on 2 continents in the same day.
He's probably about the only one who has done that, I think. Wasn't it? That was Live Aid, wasn't it?
That was Live Aid, yeah.
No, so he sold more than 100 million albums around the world as part of a group and solo musician. The other 2 people who have done that?
Paul McCartney.
Aye.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, yes, well done.
Get in.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, and he's also won... Oh, Nick's thought it was an Oscar, Grammy, and Ivan Novello. I would probably say he's done that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this depressing track first time round. Then had to subject it again in 1988. And then again, in the Cadbury's Gorilla advert. Why? Why?
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you in the secret. This is my favourite track on the album.
Oh, so it's not my favourite track, but I do like it. It did do well in like 84-ish in the States because it was used on Miami Vice when Crockett was driving around like brooding, and this was playing in the background.
I liked it. I liked it before, and now I like it even more because of the Gorilla Cadbury's advert. Because now you can pretend to be the gorilla sniffing the air before you start doing the drums. It's even better because of that.
Yeah. But in 2007, off the back of the Cadbury's advert, it did get into the charts again, and it got to number 14. I think that was just off downloads alone. But yeah.
Do you want one more question for Phil Collins? I like Phil Collins. He's done a lot.
Go on then.
Okay, so he was in Buster. Obviously, he played the lead part in Buster. He was also in Calamity the Cow and Jungle Book 2. But what other two films do you think he's been in?
Tarzan?
Nah. One of them was a kid's classic film.
Oh, is he? He's not in... What's it called? We could be anything that we wanted to be. Bum, bum, bum,
you're wrong. He was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He was a child in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Was he?
Yeah, and then he was also in the Beatles' Hard Day's Night, the film of that.
Oh, right. That's mental, that.
Yeah.
There you go. More Phil facts next week. Oh,
he's done it all. He's done it all.
Yeah. But do you know the urban myth about this song?
No.
No. So the urban myth is that Phil supposedly wrote this song about someone drowning. Susan just says she loves Bugsy Malone. Probably just ruined it for you. Sorry. Anyway, he said so. Supposedly the urban myth is Phil wrote this song because he saw someone drowning, could see someone he witnessed an incident where someone was drowning. There was someone close by who could help but didn't, and this is a song about that incident.
Mm-hmm.
And even Eminem in the song Stan has a line in about like Phil Collins witnessing someone drowning in the air tonight, and there's something about that in the thing Stan, and it's an urban myth because he basically turned around and says, yeah, he debunked the rumor saying he doesn't really know what the song's about. He wrote it while going through a divorce, and it's basically him angry and the bitter side of the separation come out in the song.
Oh, nice.
So there you go.
Do you know when he auditioned for Genesis, it was at Peter Gabriel's parents' house, right? Mm-hmm. And apparently he was the first person to arrive. So this is good interview technique for anyone else listening. He was the first person to arrive. He then allowed all of the other musicians to audition in front of him. And you're thinking, what a guy. That was a good thing to do, right? But what he actually did was he memorized all the songs while they were playing them so that when it came to his audition, he was the best because he'd already memorized their songs. What a genius. Phil Collins, he can do it all.
Yeah, he is a good drummer, man. I think he's a good drummer. He's PvP. Welcome. We're going through now 12. So we're just passing Phil Collins and In the Air Tonight from 1988.
Yeah,
there was no
don't
music
worry,
video.
if you want to come back next week, we won't hold it against you because this disc is dire.
Yeah, this disc is terrible.
You just go back out again if you want.
No, Stu, stop it. We're just getting up to the 20 mark. No, stop it. There's no music video for the 88 one, but I think the original music video was just him singing like this. Like In the Air Tonight. I'm positive it was just like a
close up on his face.
A close up on his face. I'm positive it was.
Okay.
Not too sure though. But next up, we go to the Hothouse Flowers with Don't Go.
I was disappointed with this.
Oh, I love this song.
I thought it was going to be something else though. And I can't remember what song. Don't Go. But I think it might have been a proper 90s song that I thought it was.
KWS, that's 93, I think.
Yeah.
With Don't Go, yeah.
Yeah, I really thought it was that.
Yeah, Nick says it's I love this song. Didn't know it, and I was like, Don't Go, the Hothouse Flowers. I don't really know this song. As soon as the chorus hit, I knew it, and I love it. I love this song. It's quite a happy and uplifting song. I just think it is like like Nick says, a tune. Yeah, that was Please Don't Go by KWS, but this is just Don't Go Hothouse Flowers. And I do love it.
I did like it. I was just disappointed because I thought it was something else completely.
Oh, see, I really like this song. It reached number 11 in the UK charts, number 2 in Ireland. They are an Irish band. Blissful says his dad's a big fan of this band. That's mental. I didn't even know this band. But the music video, when you see that, it's basically the band like prattling around and performing in streets, but it's from like different parts of the world. And like you see some of the video, there's that many parts of the video, it's hard to explain, but it's just like they're playing here, then they're there, then they're here, then they're there. And there's some parts where like they're in the snow here, so they're like maybe in Canada or Norway or somewhere. Then the next clip, they're in like the sea somewhere. So I don't know if they've just recorded this whilst they're on tour.
Yeah.
Michelle's saying Hothouse Flowers did a great cover of I Can See Clearly Now. And this is me. Oh, see, I do like this song. This is up there with my favourites on this album.
I quite like it. There's other ones that I like more
though. Also, they performed this during the interval of the 1988 Eurovision Song Contest, which was between all the Eurovision acts singing and the votes coming in. They performed. So there you go. And also, boy band member Shane Lynch did a version, but I couldn't find anything on that. See, Nick even bought their cover version of Clearly Now. Isn't that Alison Moy? I've confused something. Dong too. What? You've lost us, Sean. Halfway through. I think I've missed something in the chat. But yeah, I do like this. The next song I cannot stand though. Yeah, well, that's what we say at PVB. No one is wrong whether you like a song or you hate it. It's all about taste. And like the next song, I think Stu will love this, and I cannot friggin' stand Morrissey.
No, I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like Morrissey? All right, good.
I like Morrissey, but I don't like this song.
Oh, every day feels like Sunday. Oh.
Yeah, even for me, this was a bit moany.
Oh, I kind of stand Morrissey. He's annoying. I kind of stand
I think with Morrissey, you either hate him or you don't mind him.
No, he is like a Marmite singer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! See, I think Nick loves this because he said, "Oh my god, this is a classic." Morrison is a horrible person, Skip.
It's not that I don't like the song. I've probably said it wrong. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I don't think it's one of my favourite Morrissey songs. So.
Oh. Yeah, Nick, I think you're on Morrissey Island here by yourself. But yeah, and especially what I don't think about this song is every day feels like Sunday, and it's like, oh, every day is like bloody Sunday. Sorry, for me, Sunday's a nice day. One, I'm off work. You can usually have a lie in. It's like sort of a relaxing day for me.
Yeah, but you're like thinking, shit, this is the last good day, and then tomorrow, shit, it's Monday tomorrow.
But if he's going to live like that, and every day is like that, he's like, oh, this day is shit. Next one, oh, this day is shit. Oh, this day is shit.
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Yeah, but that's how he's thinking. Oh, Lorna Morrison, like. So that's Susan's horror film, Morrissey Island. But yeah, this reached number 9 in the chart, and it was supposedly inspired by the Neville Shutes book On the Beach. Ever read that, Stu?
No.
It's just as depressing as song because it's about a group of people waiting for nuclear devastation in Melbourne, Australia. Just to cheer you up there.
It's the kind of crap he would listen to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's way. That's
or
the
watch
thing.
or read.
Yeah, but the video is the thing is the video is so like late 80s, early 90s when you watch it. It's basically about this. Sorry, 2 seconds. I need to find back. Right. So basically, it's about this moping about Drew. Like, she's like she is Morrissey in female form, walking around town.
Yeah.
And you see her, And then she goes to a record shop, which, I'm sorry, this is some subliminal advertising I've ever seen it. You put Morrissey everywhere with a load of people like, oh, everyone's buying Morrissey, surely we should buy it. So I think that's against their advertising. Good to see the actress from Corrie in the video, though. You guys probably too young to remember. Oh, I don't know. Is it one of the old people? Or? I don't know. We'll have to check. If you see the actress, tell us, Susan. Let us know what time it is at the bottom. So there's loads of people buying Morrissey albums. And then she's like you, Stu. She doesn't like old people.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because she puts, what was it? Fashion is murder or something, and it's about like the women having a fur coat.
Get over it.
Yeah.
What if you could put Morrissey on his own island, right? Who would you put on there? You get two more celebrities to put on there. Who'd you put on?
Jimmy Savile and Gary Glitter.
Oh, that's a back out. One of them's dead.
Who's dead? Oh,
Jimmy Savile.
All right, Jonathan King.
It's a bit of a waste of your. Isn't Jonathan King dead as well?
Don't know. He might be. Hopefully,
it's a bit of a waste of your powers there, putting somebody dead onto an island just because they annoyed you when they were. Anyway, you used to love Jimmy Savile. It was only once you found out the truth. It's only once you found out he did it to other people that you started not liking him. Hashtag jealous.
The thing with Jimmy Savile, I used to have a T-shirt which says "Jim fixed it for me."
Yeah, you need to dig that T-shirt out.
No, I threw it away. I think I put it in a charity bin for Save the Children.
Do you reckon you can still get those T-shirts? I'm gonna have a look. Hang on.
Piers Morgan and Psychic Stew. Yeah, Jonathan King is sadly still alive. If not them, then maybe Fred Westhead. I was going to put some horrific murderer who might.
That's not celebrities, not just people who are famous for crime.
Harvey Weinstein and whoever's running KK. He's not getting very good island flatmates or whatever. Another thing, which is a staple of the 80s, and young people will probably not know about this nowadays, Vision Hire. It was like radio rentals. Can you remember that?
Yeah.
So she goes to it. Yeah. So she goes to a Vision Hire shop. And is it any reason they went out of business because they only got Morrissey on the telly? No one's going in that shop. You can now get a Jim fiddled for me.
Yeah, I'm googling them. They're quite good. eBay states Jimmy Savile T-shirts, fantastic prices on Jimmy Savile T-shirt. I'm in.
But yeah, he's another staple of like late 80s. A Ford Orion. Also, I've just noticed they are parked. They're parked on double yellows here.
Well, I mean, technically they've just stopped for a minute to ask directions.
No, they're picking her up. She's curb crawling. No, which one's from Corrie then, Susan? She says she's a woman for Corrie. Chuck Prince Andrew on the island. There you go. In the car. So one of them in the car. Right. So there's a 90s kitchen. Is it her or her? Oh. First or second? Second, first. With the... I think she's... Is she wearing curtains there by the looks of it? Morrissey once cancelled a gig as he found out not long before he was due to go on stage that the venue was many years before used to be a slaughterhouse. Oh, fuck's sake. At one point on this video, he gets... Is that Deirdre? It's that Deirdre. Her holding the dress. Okie dokie. I don't recognise her from Coronation Street, sorry. It's not Deirdre. Definitely not Deirdre!
Oh, no, it looks like the one who used to smoke like cigarettes. Didn't she work in the shop? No, she worked in the factory. Her husband was a taxi driver or something.
But, Lynn, no, she's saying she played Susie Bertram in the late 70s, early 80s in Corrie. No, you're thinking of Ivy Tilsley.
All right. Limited knowledge of Corrie.
Yeah. I'm usually quite good, but it's a bit early for me. But what we do find out at the end of this video, this lass, bit of a pervert. Look at her. Looking down on the beach at the old men at the shores. Pervert. So, and she's Morrissey in the female form. So are we saying that Morrissey is also a pervert? I don't know. That's what the video is telling me. That's how I interpret the art. So there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a Morrissey fan. So that's possibly the worst song on the album for me as well. That's about the last time she watched Curry in the early 80s. Right, we get on to another one, which is up there with possibly one of my favourite tracks on this. It is Danny Wilson with Mary's Prayer.
Is this just because you liked him as a football manager, or
what, for Barnsley?
Yeah.
That one season in the Premier League. No. I think Laney likes this track, by the way.
Yeah, I like this one as well.
Yeah. Although I used to think this was Mary's Friend. So when I was Mary's friend, even though it's called Mary, I didn't know the name of the song, obviously. Nick bought this on 7-inch. This is one of Michelle's favourites. And PvP kind of it doesn't mind Morrissey's music, but kind of stand his politics.
Yeah, I'm the same. I like Morrissey his songs, but just the bloke annoys me.
Oh, Laney thinks Danny's a bit creepy. You do know Danny's not a solo artist. Danny Wilson is the band.
Oh, really? Who was? I always presumed it was Danny Wilson and his band type of thing.
No. It's Danny Wilson. Basically, Danny, obviously, there were a house band at Dundee nightclub called The Swamp. Okay. And it's the band's name and not... he sings When I Was Mary's Prayer. Yeah. Never Say His Friend. I used to think, though, Nick Howard, man, you've seen me, I get lyrics wrong all the time, but I used to think it was Mary's Prayer. This is a tolerable tune, but it's a bit, Susan, this is a brilliant track. See, Nia's saying it's the best song on the album.
Isn't it on Something About Mary as well?
Yes.
It'd have to be on.
Yes, yeah. That's a fact, what Kay told me. And I forgot to put on here. So, yes. But, Kate, if you are watching, I do listen to you. It got to number 3 in the chart.
You didn't, and then you listened to me. But you always
did listen to it. I just forgot to put it on my fact sheet. Got number 3 in the UK charts, and it was Danny Wilson's biggest song, and only got it's their only top 20 singer. But
it's a bit up themselves as well. The song, isn't it? Or about the main guy. Who's the lead singer?
I don't know, someone creepy.
Yeah, the song's about how there's a girl that's in love with the singer of the band, and he sings like about how much she would like him. It's basically her prayer is to be with him, but he just doesn't even like acknowledge her existence because he's too good and famous. Yeah, a one-hit wonder, mate. A one-hit wonder. I mean, if this was like his 10th number one, you'd be like, fair dues. But this is your first. Yeah.
It's not even like it's a one-hit wonder. It was released 3 times.
Jesus.
The same song between February 87 and March 88. February 87, it was released. Never charted over here. It did quite well in the States and got to 23rd. It was then re-released in August of 87, and it only got number 42 in the charts. And then Virgin Records just thought, we'll give them one last try. And then they got to number 3 third time round. So 3 times.
That's because everyone thought they knew the song. They released bloody twice before.
Yeah. I think the Now is missing some Marillion.
Definitely.
There you go. That's what Alex is saying. And PvP says, I love Morrissey's album, Your Arsenal, produced by Mick Ronson, who was David Bowie's guitarist when Bowie was Ziggy Stardust. It really rocks, and the guitars are awesome. Is Mick Ronson any relation to Mark Ronson?
No.
All right.
If your dad was called, if you were called Mick, you wouldn't call your son Mark, would you? All right, Mick. All right, Mark. I mean, that'd be too confusing. Although weirdly, my mum, I'm not called Suzanne, but my mum gave me the exact same initials as her. So any letters that we had when I lived at home were always to the same, looked like they were to the same person. You could never decide who they were for. Apart from one had
and were they always addressed to? So you opened stuff what was addressed to Mrs.
Yeah, or she'd open up my stuff more to the point. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I thought it was for me.
Yeah, all those subscriptions to magazines. You know what I mean?
But yeah, the music video is basically just the band playing. And there's the creepy hat for Laney. He does wear a very weird hat that doesn't seem to quite fit his head.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't fit, and it looks like he's like an undertaker or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an Amish undertaker.
But basically, it's just the band there, and they've jazzed it up with some like colourful. Is it pastel, Stu? Would you say them pastel drawings or
no neon?
Anime? What type of drawings would you say they are then, Stu?
I don't. Why would I know that?
You're bloody basically married to an artist.
What's? Yeah, that doesn't automatically make me an expert in the other person's occupation. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, I know everything about teaching. And next up, we've got Johnny Hates Jazz, and I don't really love this song either. It's just middle of the road sophisti-pop for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Is it? It's definitely sophisti-pop, is it?
Yeah, it's definitely sophisti-pop.
Okay.
But wait, when I sing Heart of Gold, I was sophisti shit, as Susan calls it. So Susan hates Johnny. But yeah, at first I thought it was a cover, or I was hoping it was this song. Can you remember this?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was from the TV show Heart, which it was Hearts of Gold. It was BBC's version of Surprise, Surprise, basically, with Esther Ranson. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Esther Ranson done Childline, like released Childline on there. See how we've come full circle.
Yeah,
we're not even at the end yet.
She really called in the market in child abuse, didn't she? That
was... But yeah, this song actually reached number 19 in the charts in UK and Ireland. Sean says, "Yeah, crap." I hope you're talking about copyright strike. No, it'll not be a copyright strike. That is Heart of... Wait, I'm hoping if I get a copyright strike, you report as PvP. But yeah, so yeah, it was reached number 19. Well, I'm glad that wasn't. It wasn't that version of Heart. That version of Hearts of Gold is so much better than this one on here, I think. But yeah, the music video is like, it's this one, which I think it's similar to something we've seen before, apart from it's got like jazzy graph. The one was like sort of softly lit. Yeah, this is more like lit, like it's like orangey effects. But I'm positive it was either these or the Style Council who sort of done one where it's basically a messy apartment with people walking around in it. And these have got some fancy graphics on. But I'm positive this was... there's a Julia Roberts lookalike. Right. Well, everyone... The only week I don't do lookalikes, everyone's like, "Oh, we're missing the lookalikes." Oh, there's a Julia lookalikes one in there. There's this PvP saying "Heart of Gold" by Neil Young's a million times better than this. I don't really know that song, but I will probably agree. But yeah, the music video for this is a bit nah-ness to go along with the nah-ness of the song. But yeah, so not my favourite neither. It's up there with most of the songs.
Yeah.
Next is a song I've never heard. The one in the picture that goes by. Right, let's have a look at this. So he's a lookalike. The one in the picture that goes by. Her there. Do you think she looks like Julia Roberts?
I mean, not from a distance. I mean, from a distance, maybe, but
yeah,
up close, I'm not so sure.
The eyes, she does look a bit like from Pretty Woman. But yeah, so from one song which I was a bit there with, another one. Well, actually, this is better than I would say the last one. But I've never heard of either the band or the song before this.
Yeah,
Used to.
You what?
Have you heard of them or?
No, I hadn't.
See, I've never, like I say, I never heard them, but the song does sound a bit like the Bangles to me.
I get that. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, and it's, to be honest, it's not the worst song on the album.
Like the Bangles, but a bit too late.
Yeah, about 10 years too late. Yeah, it got to number 25 in the UK chart, and it was the band's biggest hit in the UK. But yeah, I've never heard of these before. And again, this is one of their music videos, like I was saying before. It's your typical 80s music video with a band just playing on some stage somewhere with no story or nothing. I prefer Climie Fisher's weird stories of them trying to murder people with a wrapped up tea towel than this crap. I found Julia Roberts. I've never found Julia Roberts attractive. PvP, not even when she had her unshaven armpit, she was like waving to people. Not even then? No? I remember this one, and I really like it. The guys in the band are very happy. Maybe some substances. I don't know. But yes, not much on this. A very smiley drummer. I prefer the Go-Go's to the Runaways to the Bangles. Don't really know. Do I know some? I don't know if I know them songs. Do you, Stu? Go-Go.
Nah. Well, I made.
No, not Iron Maiden. They're Go-Go. I don't know the Runaways. I don't know any songs by them off the top of my head. The Go-Go's, maybe. But yes, we'll get on to Iron Maiden. I do sort of remember this song when I was younger, but it wasn't my type of music, this, when I was younger.
Not at this age, I wasn't, but like I was later. Like,
I can appreciate this song now. And I think that's what's happened to like Iron Maiden and a couple of them bands like AC/DC. Back when we were in the 80s, people like it's a bit stereotypical, but it was like the geeky, really geeky people seem to like these. But it was the people who were, I don't know, they were the people who would do a Columbine, if you know what I mean, at school. I can name 2 or 3 people who used to love Iron Maiden. They used to have like the denim jackets on with the big patches on the back.
Like most of the people that I know who are into this kind of stuff are probably nice, peaceful people. Do you know what I mean? They just keep themselves to themselves. They're a good band. I tell you what, I went to Holland a few years back, and a guy that I was staying with over there, he was a massive Iron Maiden fan. And he took me to a bar, and I'm sure like he lived in Utrecht, so it must have been near there rather than in like Amsterdam. And we were staying in Utrecht, so like, but we went to this bar that was just a dedicated Iron Maiden bar. So like the whole walls were like decorated with like album cover type of things. You know what I mean? Like it even had like pinball machines, Iron Maiden pinball machines, and things like that on there. The beers were all like them. They were huge on the continent, especially.
Yeah, well, Iron Maiden, I was just going to say, like, before you start saying that, they do have a line of beer that they like brew themselves now.
Do they?
And when you've mentioned their pinball machines, you've just like obviously set something off in mind, because I do think it might be Kiss actually. But I know Kiss pinball machines, it might be collectible. But I think they might have their own set as well, where they've got like pinball and there are collectible.
There's probably quite a few bands had like pinball machines are really collectible. Aren't they? We'll have to ask Nick, like his expertise in this kind of things, and whether he's found any pinball machines that are worth a bit of money. But
they're big and bulky, you know what I mean? It'd be hard to post them. But I remember this one. I really liked it. The guys in the backing band were very... Oh, sorry, I'm going back to the thing. Everyone who won this album was so excited to see this song was included. Yeah. See, Sean's the same. I think it's a thing. It's like AC/DC now. Back in the day, we didn't really like them. You know what I mean? I can remember one of my friends' dads. He loved AC/DC and had like the videos and everything. He used to watch the videos. He used to go all over the country and watch them. And we just thought, oh, no, it's terrible, that music. But now you're like back to black, and a lot of the more popular stuff's quite good.
I'm surprised they're not like more well thought of nowadays, if you know what I mean. Like, and thought back on as like a classic band. But it's a bit like Black Sabbath and stuff. Like, not many people knew that much about Black Sabbath until Ozzy Osbourne got like more well known again. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were a bit more niche until Ozzy Osbourne did the reality show, and then people knew him rather than the band. Do you know what I mean? They probably just need someone like that, like one of them to be a bit more of a celebrity or something like that.
Yeah.
Their music's good though. Do you know the I know a little bit about them, but so like the guy Bruce Dickinson from the band, right? He was kicked out, and I think he was expelled from his school. I'm sure it was like he went to like a posh boarding school, I think, but he was kicked out of the school because he took a piss in the headmaster's dinner in front of him. He was a proper dude.
Yeah, but just going down this chat here.
He's also an do you know he's a pilot? Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. So
yeah,
like,
but
they have like
guys...
a jumbo, and they have like a jumbo jet that they bought and own. And when they go on like world tour, he flies the jet.
Yeah, but it's. I would say these big rockers, where like Iron Maiden and these people who sold out huge, like you say, they're massive on the continent, so they would do like a couple of gigs in the UK, then go touring, and they earn millions. They're multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
But they didn't really like top the charts. You know what I mean? They're not like the Phil Collins who top the charts all the time.
You're a concert band rather than an album seller type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. PvP's just said the Runaways rocked hard. Joan Jett was in the band. I know Joan Jett, and had a big soul. I know who Joan Jett is, but he prefers Judas Priest to Iron Maiden. That's another one who's sort of in the same sort of category as like these AC/DC and everything. I prefer. Oh, so Susan prefers to listen to Madness. This video was Graham Chapman from Monty Python's last appearance. As he was dying when he made the video. Yeah. I didn't realize it was his last appearance. But Sean says Iron Maiden t-shirts are worth good money. So anyone out in the charity shops, have a look out for them. Let's have a look. AC, then Sean says ACD are brilliant.
Good to see we've got some rockers in the chat then.
Yeah. Trooper Beer. That's their. Yeah, I've seen that before. They've made loads of different varieties. Yeah. This little guy, that was like them. He's called Eddie, the guy, like by the skull.
Ed the Head, wasn't it?
Is it Ed the Head? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it started off as just like. Oh, go on.
No, I'm just going to say. I've just realised he's He's heads and egg on here.
Yeah. He was like originally it was just like a mascot on that they'd have like these rock bands had like huge kind of stage productions and they'd have like the giant like mascots floating around and stuff. Like that's what it was. It was just a head. So like that's what I got on Ed as a head.
Ah, right. So yeah, they said this song is about a young man who wanted to learn the future from a prophet with a crystal ball. The young man thinks he's going mad, and the prophet will help him cope with his visions and nightmares. Be honest, I prefer Phil Collins' urban myth story. I just think, it's a bit far-fetched. I think that's why you didn't like it when you were a kid, because people who I think were the geeky types who looked really into the songs. I like this because it's about this, it's about that. And then we're always playing Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot. Hero Quest. So they're into like prophets and stuff like that. But yeah, like we said, the music, he is Graham Chapman, who played like an uptight art teacher. Who was always cracking the kids in the video. And you see him here, where this kid draws, and I think Susan mentioned before, was it Titan Abbey or something? Where this kid's drawn the ruins and then draws Eddie up there.
Yeah, coming out of the clouds.
Nick's back in the room. What do you miss? Iron Maiden. We're on Iron Maiden, Nick.
I want to know if Iron Maiden, if they have like pinball machines, and would they be worth a lot of money? That was my question for Nick.
Yeah. So like we say, it's like this. He goes off with this kid for finding Iron Maiden, finds a magazine, then ends up falling down the cave, and then opens this fridge and sees Ed the Head, or Eddie, or whatever he's called, like a computer imagery of him like this, and I'm just like,
is it as good as the
on...
computer imagery from Ghostbusters 2 when they look in the fridge and they've got the monster in the fridge? You know.
To be honest, I would say this is better.
Okay.
But whoever come up with the idea for this video was on drugs. It's very weird, the video. I had no idea, but they did. But if they did, they would be chuffing expensive. Yeah, I think they've got it. It's like a cult following, like we're seeing AC/DC and lots of the bands like that. Kiss has probably got the same thing in the States. But yes, let's move on to Heart in These Dreams. I'm
tempted by way to vote for like Iron Maiden as favourite song, not because I love that song, but just because I'd quite like a metal band to get the
go on the
song
list
of the week. Yeah, I wonder if I can persuade anyone else in there. Pleasant Valley looks like I could persuade them.
Yeah,
I bet Nick like a bit of metal in the day.
Oh, see, I think he'll go for another one. I think he's probably got one picked. So we've got Heart in These Dreams.
This was rubbish.
Oh, see, I do quite like it. See, I don't mind this song, quite like it. But to me, I'm positive it's off like the end of an 80s movie when the titles are rolling, or it was off an advert.
Yeah. Can't think what. Did the guy in the bottom right of that cover, did he get the memo of what the style was meant to be like for them all?
Well, yeah, everyone else has got like major curly perms, and he's like, he's like, what's the one called? Flock of Seagulls gone wrong.
Yeah, he looks like he just like got brought in the band that day.
Yeah.
They're like, quick. Mind the one in the bottom left, he looks like a kind of like, I don't know, an accountant or a geography teacher or something like that, and he's pretending to be a band at the weekends.
Yeah.
I'm in a cover band at the weekends. He sticks on a wig. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, I have a lookalike. The guy at the other side, not the geography teacher, not the Jason Donovan with the mullet in the middle, the one on the left-hand side, below the H.
Yeah.
He looks like Craig Johnson, the footballer who created the Predator boots.
Okay.
No one probably knows what he looks like.
Yes, look at that. I'm gaining support here to get Iron Maiden's vote number one this week.
Susan wants to know how much hairspray was used in this half video. Yeah, it is mullet central. But this song was originally released in 1986. It was number one in Canada and the US, but only got to 62 in the charts. However, after the success of Alone, they re-released this in 1988 and got to number 8. It was written or co-wrote by Craig Johnson. Nick, he's got no idea who I said. Craig Johnson, he created the Predator football boots. He was an Aussie and he played for Liverpool in the late 80s. Anyway, back to the co-writer. It was co-written by Martin Page, who also wrote We Built This City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wrote that. And Bernie Taupman, who basically wrote any Elton John song you can think of. So it was co-wrote by them too. Oh, Alex doesn't think he looks like anything like Craig Johnson. Oh, no, he reminds me of Craig Johnson.
They all look a bit, like the three at the bottom look a bit strange with their haircut. It doesn't quite match them. Some people suit like a mullet or something. Do you know what I mean? But they don't. Yeah,
but like I said, this video is just mullet central. So he's a little... There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Some big hair in there. You wouldn't want to light a cigarette in there.
And that is why we found a hole in the ozone layer in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of these Bonnie Tyler School of Melodramatic Soft Rock, but this one is slightly tolerable, especially compared... Oh, no, see. Oh, no, Alex is a Liverpool fan and remembers Craig well. Oh, okay. But yeah, they do have some superb perms in this video. But then finally...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, I don't mind this song. I don't mind it. And then finally we get on to Pow with I Will Be the One With You. I don't know it. And this is up there with the worst songs on there.
Yeah, Yawn.
Yeah, it's just you've done China in your hands, and this wouldn't have gotten in the charts if you never had China in your hands.
Yeah,
it's just a filler.
All the magic went into that song.
Yeah.
There's nothing even catchy about it or anything, is there? There's nothing.
It just plods along. So yeah, people are saying about Heart. Oh no, it's the shit, as they say in York. Michelle's saying Heart was great. Alex is saying Heart were awesome in the 70s. Went a bit in the 80s. I say I love Alone. But yeah, it shows you how this is. I got the 14 in the charts, and that's basically all I could find out about it. Yeah, she wasn't great. A one-off. Yeah, I just think the music video as well is as dull as them. Well, apart from Carol Decker, but the bitch is basically in a concrete box where they put some graphics on the wall, and then she tries to do a Lionel Richie thing with Dance on the Ceiling, but that is it.
In a skirt, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where the frick did the Rock and Roll Shadow come from?
It's the graphics. It's the showing off with a bit graphic stuff. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, people have either not heard of this or if they have, it's dire. So Sharon says it's dire and PvP hasn't heard of it. And I tell you what, you're not missing much, mate. It isn't great.
Right now, I'll get my pen out ready so I can write down how many people vote for Maiden.
So that is it. But don't run away for anyone who's new here. What we do now is pick the best and worst song we've covered tonight. If you haven't heard them all, there's a list below. So have a look there. I will just close that. So stop sharing. So who are you going for best song then, Stu?
Maiden, just because I want Maiden to win. Not because it's the best song, but just because I want them to win. It would be, for me, it'd be between Maiden and Phil. No, Phil Collins, I think. But I'm going to go Maiden just because I want them to win.
You're going Maiden. All right. Yeah.
I like Mary's Prayer as well, actually. Mary's Prayer would be my second favourite.
My favourite, I'm going to go for Hothouse. With what was the song called? Don't Go. Hothouse Flowers is Don't Go. I really like that song. Right. Are you getting all the other ones in? Shall I go through them for you, Stu?
I'm only writing some of them down if I agree.
Right, I'll go through them. Right, Susan says she's struggling for a best track. Just went and watched this track. Shocking
Susan,
worst track.
Go with Maiden. Why not?
So Nick is going to agree with me with worst track, I think, is Tapao. So there's two worst tracks for Tapao.
I'll go with Tapao as well.
Best song, Mary's Prayer for Nia. Best song, Laney. Mary's Prayer. Oh, it's just jumped.
Yes. We got more Maiden. Yep.
Best song, Phil Collins for Michelle. Worst Tapao. Climie Fisher, best song for Blissful. Worst is Aswad. Best Mary Prayer for Sharon. Best for Nick, Danny Wilson with Mary's Prayer. Worst, he's already put it to Paul. Mary's Prayer again. Wow. Peter K says in Car Share, the bird he shares the car with is Carol Decker Lookalike. Oh no! See, I thought Shannon, what's her name? Who's married to Sacha Baron Cohen? Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
Her name. She played Shannon in Home and Away. That's I'm getting confused.
Sharon Isla Fisher.
Yeah, I was thinking Sharon Doherty. It's in Danny Mary's Prayer, but man, he does like
Mary's Prayer's got it, definitely.
I think Mary's Prayer's got it. Worst for me is Wet, 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 aka Twat, Twat, Twat. Nothing much floated his boat, really. Oh, PvP. Yeah,
I think Tapau's got worst at the minute.
Yeah, I think Nick is right. Mary's Prayer takes the win, and I would say Tapau is the worst.
Oh, bearing in mind, metalheads, there may never be a chance to get a metal song as the number one again. Do anyone want to change their minds?
If only you were like this when your mum wanted Cliff Richard to be voted. Was it Cliff Richard?
Oh, I don't remember. It was somebody. No, Freddie Mercury she likes.
Oh, Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury. So, yes. But yeah.
There's some brilliant songs coming up on the next list, by the way.
Yes. Next week.
Bananarama, Tiffany. Excellent stuff.
Tiffany.
Yeah. Salt and Pepper.
Sabrina with Boys, Boys, Boys.
Yeah.
I might even play a bit of the video for anyone who might be interested.
Will that not get banned, or?
I might have to put some covers, pasties on, or whatever the cat's called. But yes, joining us next week as well is Susan Badwolf. Thankful that this too has a few banging tracks on, so she is looking forward to it. Tits. Yes, that's what we might look forward to, Lainey. Better songs next week, yes, they are. And anyone who wants to take part, obviously get in touch. The links are below on any of the socials. There's an email address down there, channelnem@gmail.com. Is it? No, it isn't. It's channel. What is it? Hold on, I'll just double check. Is it channelnem at Gmail or channelnem at Hotmail? It is.
Just try them both.
Yeah, just send them a lot of channels. It is channelnem@outlook.com. So neither are above. Channelnem@outlook.com. Let us know if there's any specific Now albums you would like to do. I know Aid's been in touch and he was looking at Now 23. But yes, if there's any you want to do. But that's it. So
and if you've got anyone that you hate and you want to have a go at, get them to listen to this so you can have a go at them in the chat. And then it won't be like you're officially having a go at them. It's just about music. Do you know what I mean? But you can take out all your passive aggressiveness on them. Like, no, you're a dick. We're also awful. Do you know what I mean?
But yes, thanks everyone again in the chat. Susan's on next week. That should be carnage. Yes, we're looking forward to it. Aid's saying he's looking forward to the 90s. Best decade, yeah. There's a lot of tracks which I think will trace a lot of memories for us then. Phil and Grant Mitchell and Bikini Tops next week. Yes, Laney. But need some more classic rock and heavy rockers. There might be some along the way. PvP, come back. There is lots of different ones. But thanks everyone for coming along and watching. Thanks very much for being Stu.
Thank you.
No worries. And hopefully we will see you all next week when we look back at part 2 of Now 12. So see you all next week.
Or not.
Bye. No, Stu.
See you later.
Yeah. Come back next week. Do not listen to him. Come back next week. You never listen when you want to vote heavy rock. Just come back next week. And thanks everyone again once again. We'll see you later. Bye.